to Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 7, called The Broken Man.
Sandor Clegane!
I am so happy. I did not expect this. This is just wonderful.
The episode started with a cold open and I'm like, who is it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? And then it showed the Hound and I'm like, yes!
So the Hound is in this like idyllic little valley and there's this priest guy who's like non-creepy.
I liked him a lot, actually.
I know, I'm so sad he's dead because the guy's just like, I don't know much about the gods, Seven, the Red God,
the old gods.
Just like, who cares, right? There's just something greater out there, I know that.
Be good to people.
So they're like building this church, like small little church, and you know, they're working and everything's idyllic, and Sandor Clegane was like saved by this guy who's like, I thought you were dead, you scared the crap out of me when you
coughed. I love that conversation.
Oh, so cute.
See, at first I thought he was gonna be that red priest.
Oh, okay.
And like, oh my god, he brought the Hound back to life and that mirrors the, but then I'm like, oh, he's just a septon. Okay, cool, whatevs, he's fun, I like him, given the rustic advice.
Yeah, and you know, Sandor Clegane seems like he could be pretty happy, like, you know, just being an average Joe working on the temple. And then eventually what happens is in comes some marauders. Apparently they're from like the Red Priest band.
Like, yeah, what are they called? Like the company of something. Really kind of antagonistic towards them. And you know that they're gonna come back. And you know that they're gonna come back with friends. And you know that they're gonna kill everyone. But the priest guy is just like, no, like, we're non-violent. And Sandor Clegane's just like,
yeah, fine, whatever. So he's out there chopping wood so loudly that he kind of like does not hear the entire 20-30 people being slaughtered. He comes back and he sees the priest hanging and he just like picks up an axe and is like, well, back to work. And off he goes.
If he's about to go and I hope he goes to the mountain.
Oh, he's gonna hit the mountain.
I hope he finds the mountain. And I know like the mountain is the zombie mountain and he's not really a mountain anymore, but
nope. Revenge will be sweet.
And I hope he finds Arya again.
I don't know, do you think he's gonna blame her for...
I don't know. He respects her so much though. He's to be like, I would have done the same thing. You know, like...
Yeah, I think he'd be kind of pissed when they met her, but they'd like, work it out.
You fucking left me, like, kind of deal. And she'd be like, eh.
Can you imagine if you ran into Sansa?
Yeah, they were like, I liked them, because he was very, I wouldn't say he was very sweet on her. Like, it wasn't really a crush, it wasn't really anything. Like, he's pretty much the knight that Sansa always kind of like wanted and idolized, even though he doesn't look like it. Like he has that set of morals, even though he doesn't like to talk about it. And so like I always really liked them together. And if he shows up and like becomes her Hound, that would be so legit.
That would be so good.
Think about it.
I don't think she hates him. Like she doesn't hate him, does she?
I don't think she hates him.
I can't remember how they left off their relationship.
He was drunk.
Oh, he's like I can like let's go now. Mm-hmm. And she says no.
Yeah.
Which is dumb on her part.
I think though if like they were to like meet up now, she would definitely more likely like use him and he would probably appreciate her spine more. Like it's like, oh look at you, you've grown claws. But Brienne did kick the living shit out of him.
Yeah, those two are not friends.
Our other broken man is Theon Greyjoy.
Oh, the poor bastard. His sister has sailed them, I guess, across the sea. And, you know, I guess they stopped to whore it up a little bit. And Theon's just sitting there like, shit, I'm so like, uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I like the sister. But is it a stereotype, though?
I don't know. Like,
that's what I was trying to figure out. Is it a stereotype?
I feel like that is just how she had to get by. Like, she was practically raised by a den of men, more or less, like between her father and her father's lords, and in order to fit in and get respect, she kind of had to act like a man, so now, you know, she's more or less a lesbian. Like, not like saying, like, she wasn't all, I don't know. But, like, you know, like, it's very much part of her persona for fitting in with the men.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I love her so much, I'm just wondering, is it?
I don't think so.
That's my question to the internet. That's yeah.
Meh.
I love their little pet talk, like her pep talk to Theon.
I appreciated it. It was very well thought out. Like, if you can't do this, kill yourself now. Like, just do not torture yourself, end it now. But if you're going to...
Be Theon Greyjoy. Be Theon Greyjoy. We're gonna go find that dragon lady and be friends. And I'm just like, and now it's a race between
Euron and her. Oh my god. If Euron beats them to it, I'm gonna be so mad. Because how?
Yeah, they have a bit of a head start.
Yeah, they took all the ships.
They have a bit of a head start, and I think Daenerys, I think she can see through.
I think she'll be fine.
Yara would definitely fit in with like her council because she's so straightforward and because she's just very practical, and I like the practical characters. It's why I love Davos so much, because he's probably the most practical character on this entire show.
Yeah. And then you've got BRON, who's just like, you know, like, this is how it is.
Jaime Lannister shows up at a siege against the Blackfish with BRON, and I'm just like, yes, yes, keep bringing BRON. I have missed him. And BRON's just like, you promised me to be like a lord, and you promised me a pretty lady, and you promised me a castle, and he's like, yeah,
you got all
those things, but if you're indebted to the Lannisters, which you are now officially their bitch. I like the bit he's like, well, a Lannister, don't say it, and just like off.
He's just so funny. I love him as a sidekick. He's just so grumpy.
Bronn and Brienne are still my dad's two favorite characters.
Yeah.
So he lost his mind.
He's like, yes, he's back. He's back. I love Jaime, but I'm like, I'm not excited about this arc about Riverrun, because I'm like, can you fucking leave these people alone? Like.
And so he talks to the Blackfish, and the Blackfish is just like, where are my nieces? You said you'd bring them. You made a deal. Where are they?
And Jaime's like, yeah, I don't fucking have them. What else is new?
And so it's like, we can be in here for 2 years, easy. No problem. Come at us.
Yeah. And he's like, you have Edmure, but you know, like, the way I see it is he's already dead. Have fun sieging the castle.
It was a lot of fun though when Jaime slapped the Frey.
Yes.
It's just like, yeah, people getting slapped.
It's like, bitch, say what? What? Oof.
Maergery.
Maergery is playing the game.
Oh man, so much mad respect for her, even though it's very painful to watch.
She's in like deep cover now.
Oh man, she's like, her dress is like disturbingly modest. And like she's hanging out with the High Sparrow, and the High Sparrow's like, so the king told me you haven't been doing your
wifely duties.
She's like, I don't have the fire in me anymore. It's burned away.
And he's just like, well, it doesn't matter what you want.
It doesn't matter on the part of the woman. They're very patient. And I'm just like, acrylic, you know, like twitching the entire time. And it's like, oh god, this is awful.
But he's finally like letting you in on his game plan, which is just so fucking satisfying because
he thinks he's won, basically. That's it. He has won. She's like, okay. And she goes back and she's talking to the Queen of Thorns. And the Queen of Thorns is just like, hey, come on. Come on, you're coming to Highgarden. You don't have to stay here. Come on. Like what? Yeah. And like there's that crazy Septa lady like leaning in over the conversation, and like Queen of Thorns is getting so agitated, and then like she slips her a secret message, which is a rose to be like, yes, I'm still loyal to the house.
Yeah.
And then Cersei approaches the Queen of Thorns, and the Queen of Thorns is like, look, you smirked when my grandchildren were locked away. And you know, the only scrap that I'm taking away from this entire situation is you lost. And I've met a lot of people in my lifetime, but I think you're the most despicable.
Bam!
And Cersei's just like, we need each other. And Queen of Thorns is like, I'm getting out of the city. I suggest you do the same thing.
And you feel kind of sorry for Cersei because she can't see it, and she's still desperately trying to climb that ladder, but nope. She's never gonna.
She has the zombie mountain though, so
she's physically safe. On the north side of the landmass, we have the Starks going around trying to raise support. They go to
the wildling camp is the first one they go to. And I love it because Jon's like giving the spiel, and then like the wildlings argue with him, and then Tormund comes up and he's like, he died!
He's on the big zombie!
Now if it wasn't for him, and he gives this long speech about like, if we don't fight, then we deserve to be the last wildlings, and the giant's like, snow.
That was the end of the argument. Yeah. But I mean, Jon makes a valid point that like, if Ramsay Bolton wins, then there's going to be no wildlings, and if Jon loses, there's going to be no wildlings. So like
we're trapped.
We need more giants. I want more giants. So they go to the Mormonts on Bear Island.
Bear Island was pretty.
Bear Island was very pretty. And with the last war, kind of most of the House of Mormont died at the Red Wedding. So there's this one girl named Lyanna.
Oh, she's named after Lyanna. Yeah, she's named after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she stole the episode for me, personally.
She did. She was amazing.
Because, like, they try to, like, do the, like, sweet talk. She's like, no, what do you want? Tell me now.
Yeah, time is money.
And they're just like, well, this, and this. How many people did we lose the last time? We followed the Starks. And guess what? Everybody died. My mother died. And just, like, there's, like, a maester and, like, another guy leaning in. And she's like, no, I'm...
Yeah, she's like, she's totally got this. She's got her people. And she's like, listen, I am protecting House Mormont. And fuck all ya.
And then Davos is very, like, logical and practical and everything. And she wins him over. And they get 64 Mormont knights. And, like, Davos is like, if they're anything, like, if they're anywhere near as ferocious as the lady.
We're fucking good, guys. We got this.
The best part of this entire thing is she doesn't just send her knights, she goes with them.
So they're having a conversation in camp and you just kind of see her in the background doing shit.
Oh man, I love her.
Because she's just a delight.
And they go to another house, and this house is like, we lost too many people during the Red Wedding. And like, we were sworn to the Starks, but...
Listen, Bolton got us out of our last big scrape, so...
Where were the Starks when the Iron Islands attacked? He was, it was...
I was just like, screw you. Can you not see that Ramsay Bolton is a poison on this land? Like, no.
So Sansa writes a letter, and I am assuming it's to Littlefinger.
It's either to Littlefinger or to Brynden Blackfish.
I'm gonna say Littlefinger because she knows he's closer and he has all those Knights of the Vale.
Yeah, and which is just what he wants, but I feel like she's got her shit together enough that if he tries something, she can, like, shut him down.
Hopefully.
Last but not least is Arya, and, you know, you'd think she'd be a little smarter about what she's doing, because she manages to procure money, and she's like, listen, I need out, I need to go back to Westeros, and she, like...
It was very, very smooth scene. She throws money at him, and she throws more money at him, and then she steals it, and I'm like...
Perfect, right? And like, so she's like, got her pass it home, and she's walking around the city, just like, la-di-da, life is great. And up comes this old lady who you're like,
oh crap, it's the friggin' waif. And she's like, sweet girl, and then stabby, 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 because if you are a Stark, you're going to get stabbed.
It's true.
And like, she like vaults off of the bridge into the water, and like, it's painful to watch that, because she climbs out of the water and she's walking around and she's stabbed and she's like bleeding out and she's looking around and everyone's looking at her, and it's kind of shot like these all could be faceless men.
Yeah.
That are staring at her, watching her die.
Number one, I'm like, how bad is the waif at her job, really? Like, you let her get away.
Dead bodies float.
Yep. God, Arya, don't die. Please don't die.
The fact that she didn't die at the end of this episode makes me pretty...
Yeah,
sure she's gonna survive.
I agree with you.
Like, if she was gonna die, she would have died. Now, for all I know, we're gonna open up on her body on the next episode, but the characters dying off screen tend to not be dead normally. You know, they love showing you.
They love showing you dead bodies.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just wondering who she's gonna go to for help. Like, who is there? And, do you think she's gonna end up getting on Yara's ship?
Maybe.
That would be so amazing. Just they all go to Daenerys, like, yeah.
No. The one thing I definitely noticed with this episode was, and I hadn't really noticed it through this season so far, is just how pretty the show is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the cinematography, like, all of the green in this episode was just like, oh. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. This episode was another, like, quieter episode, but I wasn't like, oh, can we move on? Like, I felt like things were happening, and I liked it.
What did you like? What did you not like? Tell us about them in the comments below.
And we will see you next week, guys.